comment, follow, just do all that. You know what I mean? Just share it out, man. You know what I mean? Just share it out.
Bruce, episode 76. The big dogs on the team got a meeting. What did they talk about? What do you think really can come out of this?
Shit.
And let's talk about the Birds versus the G-Man. Let's get it.
I'm not glad they lost the game, but at least losing the game can allow us to call things for what they are this week. And we don't have to play this game that because they won the game that everything is all right. Here is the truth. The Eagles' offense sucks. It flat out sucks, especially considering the personnel that is on this team. They don't do anything well consistently. They do not run the ball well consistently. They do not pass the ball well consistently. They have no identity because they don't do anything well enough to do it for long enough to be their identity. And you can look at just about every metric there is, from the regular ones to the advanced ones. There are no good passing metrics. There are no good rushing metrics. They are now 30th in the league again in sack rate. 30th. There's only 32 teams. They have the fourth most 3-and-outs in the entire NFL. For every good half of offense we have one that is not only subpar, but is absolutely positively horrible. And I don't know whose fault it is. I don't know if it's Kevin Patullo. I don't know if it's Nick Sirianni. I don't know if it's Jalen. I don't know if it's the offensive line. But it is not even close to being good enough to be a Super Bowl team. Not even close. And this whole thing where the quarterback and the star wide receiver do not talk to each other is psychotic loser stuff. It is what losers do. To hear that they missed each other on a deep pass and they don't talk to each other about what happened afterwards is what losers do. They have all the makings of a poorly coached team. They get dumb penalties. They say they don't communicate well. Every week it's the same thing. We just aren't executing well. And last year they had a gift that they could solve the problem of their offense with this dominant offensive line and this dominant running back. They do not have that gift this year.
What's going on, everybody, man? And welcome to the very, 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 very first episode of The Truth, where not all Eagle fans agree on everything. And this is definitely the spot where this shit about to go down.
Gotta stay locked in, Goggins. Gotta ball out like Robin. Straight to the top, I'm all in. Ordinary's like a toxin. I don't wanna be like Robin. I just wanna lead, no watching. Fuck caution, I ain't gonna be common. I got the confidence, like I'm on the shit, like I'm the baddest bitch in the club. I'm here for dominance, I'm being honest, that's what I want. I'll never give up, I want the whole place sold out. My name in every mouth, you know I'm after this shit. Till the world say my motherfucking name. Say my, say my, say my, say my name. Say my, say my, say my motherfucking name. Say my, say my, say my, you know I'm after this shit. Till the world say my motherfucking name. Say my, say my, say my, say my name. Say my, say my, say my motherfucking name. Say my, say my, say my, you know I'm after this shit. Till the world say my motherfucking name.
Driven by fire, driven by fear, never get tired, no I'm still here. Fell to the cracks, now I'm shifting gears. 10 years in, now my moments here. Waiting my turn, now I'm hot in demand. Slept on a kid, but I had bigger plans. Stayed low key, but I still hit drive. Give me one shot and I'm coming no line. Names on the left, second taste it. Gunning for the top, no limitations. From the basement, no hesitation. Flipping on my L's from the straight motivation. Ain't no quitter, I'm built for the grind. Pressure makes it.
Because we after this shit till the world see our motherfucking name. What's up, Eagles Nation? It's your boy Burgate 31 in the building with my co-host JC Sports Talk. How you doing today, JC? What's good with you?
Yo, I'm good. Hey, put me on the big screen real quick. And I mean, I had to talk. I had to talk to the people out there. So, first of all, welcome to The Truth, episode 76. You know what I mean? You are the jury, right? You are watching. The reason why I said that you're the jury, folks, you know what I mean? If they watching on TikTok and on YouTube, the reason why I said that you are the jury, because tonight, this show was created for a reason. We have two people on this panel, two, JC and Burgame, right? One of us tells the truth and another is delusional. So by the end of the night, I want y'all, before we say goodbye to everybody and wave goodbye, I need y'all to type in the comment section which one of us you think is telling the truth and which one of us is delusional. That's all I ask from you. Besides, you know what I mean? If you're watching wherever you're watching, hit that follow, hit that subscribe, you know what I mean? Hit the heart means and just come and enjoy a night of good Eagles talk, breakdowns, clips, and everything. Because I'm telling you, this is one of the best shows on the net. Let's go. Roll it. Come on.
Are you done?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you're done or not. Okay? I tell the truth. I'm BG. You are the delusional fan. Now, we both tell the truth from time to time. It's a magical topic we're talking about. But we're going to get into it today. You know, we're going to get into it today. It said breaking news. The Eagles had Saquon Barkley, Jalen Hurts, and A.J. Brown in a very good meeting that lasted hours. What do you possibly think they said in this meeting?
Well, I mean, look, the field. Oh my God, we having meetings in week 5 is embarrassing. You just won the freaking Super Bowl not too long ago, and you are having captain meetings. Each one of them are captains for a reason, and now you are having a captain meetings. In my opinion, if Jalen Hurts on Sunday after the loss said, "I don't know what's wrong. I don't know what's going on. Like I don't know, how we miss, the miscommunication. I don't know, but I would take the blame." Ain't shit came out this meeting. Nothing came out this meeting. Nothing. This is just like, okay, it just damage control at this point. It's just like we lost for the first time in 20 games, ladies and gentlemen. We have not lost a game. The Philadelphia Eagles have not lost a game in almost a year. If we would have beat the Denver Broncos and then beat the New York Giants this upcoming Thursday, which we will, right? If we beat them, it would have been a whole 365 freaking days since the Philadelphia Eagles lost a game. So to me, like, this meeting was just one of those, hey, let's come together. AJ, the wide receiver, Barkley, the running back, and the quarterback, right? The 3 most important, in my opinion, skill position on the team. So obviously, look, AJ probably say like, look, I don't even think AJ want to be here no more, but it is what it is. That's a whole conversation. But he probably said nothing. Barkley is probably the one because Jalen Hurts is over here so calm, in my manner and all that stuff. So I really think that Barkley was the one that spoke the most. He probably said, look, we are Super Bowl champs. Let's stay focused. Let's stay focused on the mission at hand, right? Let's concentrate. And we got the Giants coming up. We are too good to be shooting ourselves in the foot. Everything that happened to the Philadelphia Eagles is self-inflicted. It's self-inflicted. Nobody inflicted on us. We did this to ourselves. So it's easily fixed. It's easily fixed if we just stop bitching and worry about the main thing. Keep the main thing. The main thing is winning. Hurts probably was like, I agree. You know what I mean? So I think that Barkley was the one that spoke. You know what I mean? Like Saquon Barkley was the one, in my opinion, that spoke the most. If you would, if I was a little fly on the wall within the 3 meetings, because AJ is not talking to Hurts and Barkley gotta be the middleman. So that's just me. I mean, will something come out of this? I don't know. I mean, I have to see on Thursday. The Vikings, and then versus the Giants again, and then the bye week. So they had 3 weeks to show us as fans, as Eagle fans, haters, that this team could be the same team that went on this big-ass win streak last year. So yeah, that's all I gotta say, man.
Before I talk, I'm gonna let Shady kind of break it down to how I feel about it. You know what I'm saying? Because Shady got a good take on this. So check it out.
I hate when these type of things like surface. They make it this big thing, but what we gonna talk about, right? Because there's no secret. Yo, AJ wants to rock. Saquon want to win. Jalen wants to win. I feel if AJ gets involved, he's one of the top players in the league. We should be able to win games. We've been winning games, that's not like a recipe we should be doing, but we've been winning, so it's okay. But when we lose, like now everybody is so alerted, okay, and alarms is up. The problem is having these meetings, I don't know what it does. Because there's no real beef or tension. Just that players want the ball.
Look, I never heard that clip before. But what did I say? It just means nothing. It's just like a whole bunch of damage control. But go ahead.
Yeah, man, it's nothing. But if you think about last year, it was about this time before when the offensive line wanted to call the meeting, and the whole office wanted to call a meeting with the head coaches, and talk about how they need to change the game plan. This happened even with Kellen Moore. So it's not like this is the first time this is going on, except for this is the first time it was a meeting that's just between those three players. It's like, was it Saquon pulling these guys together saying, y'all need to squash y'all beef? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because what y'all doing is very negative on this football team. There's a lot of things that we can all be crying about. We can all play better. AJ can run better routes, can get open a little bit more. I can hit holes a little harder. Jalen can throw the ball a little bit more, run his offense a little bit better. But at the end of the day, all this media stuff got to stop. This media stuff has to stop. It is holding our team down. We got enough problems with the offensive line being hurt. We got enough problems with young players on the defense. We got enough problems with, teams figuring us out, changing up their schemes on how they're playing us this year compared to
the coordinator can call plays.
And we got enough problems with KP. We cannot let KP be the reason why we have a losing season this year. I think that's what they're talking about. Now, what can we do as the three leaders of this offense, the three best players on this offense, what can we do and how can we come together to make this thing work, man? That's how I feel. That's what they were talking about in this meeting. That's what they're talking about. Yeah, like you said, is it going to do anything? I mean,
we'll see, though. I mean, look, we'll see. Because you know what? Okay, so we will see. Only because when you have a players-only meeting, not only a whole team, but the top three superstars on this team have a only player meeting without the OC, I think that the problem may be not the OC. It may not be Kevin Patullo, OKP. It may just be that Hurts was like, damn, AJ, hey, we've been beefing all week. Hey, let me look somewhere else. Or, hey, here's your targets. Like the game before last game versus the Bucks. No. Was it the Bucks? Yes, versus the Bucks. That was some badass passes. Nowhere catchable. It's almost like shut the hell up. Here you go. Let me throw you the ball. Hey, stop complaining because those passes were awful, god awful. I could have made better passes in my sleep. You know what I mean? So it was almost like shut the hell up. Here you go. Jalen Hurts have more chemistry with Devontae Smith than AJ Brown. This is the first time in 3 years, 2022, 23, 24, right? AJ came in 2022. We went to a Super Bowl. 23, we crashed out. And then 24, you know what I mean? We won the Super Bowl. So in 4 years, Hurts and AJ has always been on the same page. It was never Hurts and Devontae. It was Hurts and AJ always on the same page. And now all of a sudden, Devontae is he's getting the love and AJ is soaking. You know what I mean? So I don't know what to do at this point. We are in week 5. I don't want to panic. I don't want to say, hey, trade AJ Brown. I'm not the type of person to say, hey, just trade him or fire this person. We can't fire anybody right now. We can't fire anybody. If we fire anybody, our season is done. Because you have to learn a whole new offense and everything. So we can't fire anybody. We just need to get our shit together and go back to doing what we do best, running the ball. But that's another question. Offensive line hurt.
Yeah, offensive line definitely hurt. And you guys let us know in the chat, Hurts, Barkley, and AJ cooking up something big behind the doors. What's your confidence level in this new plan, 1 through 10? Let us know in the chat. Hit that like wherever you're at. Hit that heart. Hit that follow wherever you're watching from. Because I want to know from you guys, what do you guys think is going to come out of it? Because like you said before, I don't really think there's anything that can come out of it except for one thing. This is just all a smoke screen. It's trying to relive last year, having a meeting like last year. Because the biggest problem we talked about last week is this offensive line. You know what I'm saying? There's things that's going on with this team right now that's bigger. We have breaking news. Landon Dickerson is going to be out.
Yeah.
For week 2 right now. That's huge. We all want him to take the rest. I guess now we have no choice. We're going to see him rest.
He needs to.
He needs to. He needs to get that knee a lot better than what it is because it's not working very well right now. He's having a horrible year. Let's see. The center too, Cam Jurgens, horrible job so far this year. He's playing so bad right now. He does not look like the heir apparent to Jason Kelsey. He doesn't look like the heir apparent to nobody right now. He just looks like an average center out there that's not holding his weight. So people got to realize when the offensive line breaks down, I think I got Seth Joyner clip talking about the breakdown in terms of the running game and it as a whole. Because when the offensive line breaks down, you can't really do too much with that. So let's see. I think this is a clip right here. Let's see.
Broncos versus Eagles is freaking good on good. This is why if you're really
That wasn't it. Where's it at? Is it here?
Okay, here's the issue with the running game. You talk about things being off. You got John Mechie supposed to come across here and seal this side for Saquon. He's late in the motion, so the motion was off. Then you got a double team here. They got to come off and get this linebacker. You got to come off earlier and get to this guy. This is Landon Dickerson here. They get the guard pushed out. He's got to come up, but he's late, okay? Now, this is why I don't like running against an 8-man front because this guy's a free hitter, okay? That's why I don't have a problem with Jalen Hurts throwing the ball 38 times because you can't run against this front and have that guy all by himself unblocked, okay? There's a lot of things going on here, but now you can begin to see the genesis of why the Eagles' run game isn't working against a heavy box.
Look, the offensive line, the scheme, the running scheme this season is definitely not the same from last season because there's no way you should have, even if they had a 20-man box, right? Last season, we still was finding holes and creases to get through that and break out 60, 50, 40-yard touchdowns because our offensive line, everything starts with the Philadelphia Eagles. If you're new, the Philadelphia Eagles has always built in the trenches. Offense, defense, there's always been built in the trenches to be the more physical, dominant defensive front, offensive front. If your offensive line is hurt, it's almost like, what now? Because we're not used to having 3 out of 5 offensive linemen coming into the season banged up. Like you get banged up one at a time, boom, we just plug somebody in. But to have Landon Dickerson, Cam Jurgens, Lane Johnson, and then to come into the season without Mekhi back and to have Steen in there, this is not even a top 10 offensive line in my opinion. I put them just like I put our offense, our defense, our special teams, middle of the pack. Middle of the pack. You can't tell me that we're one of the top 10 offensive line. And Saquon Barkley, the leading rusher, the offensive player of the year last season, have 247 goddamn yards rushing through 5 games.
That's horrible. And when it does go good, there was another one where we should have hit the outside a little bit more. I'll stop running up the middle if you know your main guys are hurt. You know what I'm saying? Why you keep beating the dead horse? You know your interior offensive line is hurt, but yet your only run plays are going up the middle as if that's going to change. They're magically going to be healthy and block good on these plays. It's not happening. I think I got this play right here. Let's see. Is this the play? No, it's a toss play where it actually breaks down and shows what it looks like when it's blocked right. Let's see. I think I have it on here. 1 second, guys.
Broncos versus Eagles is freaking.
No.
Yo, I'm good. I'm good. So if y'all want to see the clips, right, we are on YouTube.
Okay, here's the issue with it.
I show you the clips, what we are talking about. So the reason why that we're on live here, because not a lot of people know the YouTube exists. So hey, we just had to do a dual live stream, one here, but we are actually showing clips of everything that we're actually talking about. So just to let y'all know.
I thought I had a clip on here. Maybe I don't have a clip on here.
But it is what it is, man. I mean, if you got
it shows, there it is. No, it's showing. Yeah, I thought I uploaded a lot of clips. Sorry about that, guys. But I didn't get that clip I wanted. But it will show you when we did that toss play to the left side, we broke down their defense, and it was actually a positive run game. And then we had that play that I just showed, spin off of the fake toss, and then he hit Goddard in the flesh. You got to play more run and pass RPOs, like we did, but we got to hand the ball off a lot more than what we did because. When you throw the ball 38 times, no one's expecting you to run. No one's scared of the run. All they're doing is shelling up on us, and it's making it hard for Jalen Hurts to decide where to go to football. He's a tick late with a lot of his things, with a lot of his decisions, and it's not just his fault. He got a line that's not blocking up front. He got players running in.
No.
A lot of lazy routes ran from the AJ. Being one of the lazy routes ran. Look how lazy this route's ran by AJ Brown. Look how lazy.
He's going to run up, stop for the safety to stop his body weight, and then take off. And what a move right there. I do think AJ Brown slowed up just a little. Now, did he overshoot him? Yes. But that little subtle, I'm not getting.
Overshoot? No. If AJ comes out that second break running full speed, that's a touchdown.
Yeah, yes, that is a touchdown.
And how you gonna cry about it all week long about not getting the ball and being that guy that's always prepared when the big plays are here to come, that you pride yourself on making the big play. And the biggest time in the game when it's time for you to make the big play, you have speed in it. He wasn't the only one that has speed. I got a Goddard play here. I think that was a Goddard play here. Where if you watch Goddard on this play, it was going to be Goddard up the run. He runs half speed on the play. Watch here. Let's see. No, that's a completion to Goddard. I'm sorry, I should have labeled these earlier.
That's Grant. That's Grant Cocktail, by the way. It's not Goddard.
No, that's a completion. I have it, man.
All right, don't worry about it. I mean, it's like.
This was the run play. Look at the blocking on that run play. You know what I'm saying? Hitting the outside. But what we should have been doing all game long, all this up the middle blocking was not working. We need to stop doing it until these guys get healthy. You better use Lane Johnson and Mailata as your key blockers on running downs. Because other than that, man, you're not getting nothing. You're not going nowhere, and it's not looking pretty right now. We got a short week. Let's hear what Jalen Hurts had to say about it himself.
Yeah, it's just us talking about the collective, talking about taking ownership for what we can, and talking about how we move forward as a team so we continue to find ways to win games.
Why the need for a meeting, do you think?
It's really just teammates being teammates.
What was your takeaway in conclusion of the meeting?
Say it again?
What was your takeaway in conclusion of the meeting?
I don't want to make this about that, right? We got a short week. We got a division opponent coming in here. I enjoyed every second of it, and I'm enjoying every second of every opportunity we have to improve. And so that's what I've always made it about. That's what I continue to make it about. It's truly about the collective and what we do and the opportunities we have in front of us. And so everybody in this building just wants to take advantage of that.
And that's all we want to do, take accountability, man. Take accountability for what you're doing. What's up, big? Yep. How you doing today? Is that BG going off? Not yet. Twiz. What's up? Yep, babe. So, I don't know. I feel like this is time for this team to really take a look in the mirror and figure out who the hell are we going to be. You know, who are we going to be this year? Whether we got to go out, how we might need to go out and make a move. I see Odell saying they need to sign an O-lineman. Why not free agent Hugh Janis immediately? I don't know who that guy is. He must be a good lineman, but he probably won't be posting it. But we need to do something. Give these boys a rest. Even if it's a good player, you got to give up a little bit to get them, you know, just for security. Remember when Jordan Davis went out, we went out and got Dominican Sue, Linval Joseph to help fill it up the void. Why not do the same thing here with the offensive line? Go get someone that's going to help fill the void because Pryor's not it. You know, talk maybe.
I mean, these guys are not okay. Look, all right, hold on. Before we go out there and try to trade for everybody and their mama, listen. These backups are not getting the quality reps throughout the week. They are coming in cold. They did not expect to even play. All right, they're not stretching. Look, the last stretch you did was freaking warm-ups, pregame. So yes, if you come in cold, hamstring tight, glutes tight, you know what I mean? Everything is not warmed up. Yes, you're gonna look bad. Give these guys, if you decide to rest Lennon Dickinson, Cam Jurgen, Lane Johnson, make sure their backups get some quality ass reps throughout the whole week. But the problem is this: we have 10 days. We just have to get through this game in 48 hours. That's in 48 hours from now. We have to get through this game. And then you have 10 days. All right. So those 10 days, you could give these guys, all right, hey, just give them off 4 days straight, right? Matter of fact, hey, just give them a regular, we played Thursday, hey, give them off Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, right? Tuesday is a press conference. So now, hey, just have them come on Wednesday. So, hey, just give these guys 6 days to rehab, to rest, right? The other guys. But the guys that are hurt, you see them now for at least 1 or 2 weeks, maybe 3, maybe even after the bye. But the backups get some quality reps within that time, they will shine. Steen is pretty good. You know, if Fred Johnson, he stepped up for Lane Johnson in the middle of the game and held his own. So the only soft spot, the weak spot is that left guard position, and that's got to get worked on. But all the others, with the team that we're going to face over the next 3 weeks, I feel comfortable saying, hey, you guys just take a week or two off. And if we're successful without them, they could have 4 weeks off before we have to come back, right? Giants, Vikings, Giants, bye. 4 weeks. 4 weeks. You could definitely feel a lot better in 4 weeks than 1 week, right? So, and this is what I would do. Like, I'll just sit Lane, Dickerson for sure, and I might keep Jurgens in. You know what I mean? Like, that's enough.
The whole line. He gets it the whole line.
But Lane and Dickerson for sure. I would just say sit for 3-4 weeks because this is a long game. The Eagles are going to make the playoffs. We're not worrying about missing the playoffs. The problem is, are we worrying about only making the wild card or making the Super Bowl? That's the difference between a healthy Lane, a healthy Dickerson, and just freaking, you know what I mean, like a banged up Lane. You know what I mean? So that's all it is.
Yeah, man. Something's got to get fixed ASAP. You know, something's got to get fixed ASAP. And, you know, I feel like this can be something that lingers through the team if we don't sit these guys. Like you said, we're going to have to sit Landon. But what about Jergy? Jergy will need some time to fix his back. You know, these are like the Landon Jergy thing.
You got 10 days.
Since last year.
You got 10 days.
The whole offseason didn't fix their problems. 10 days ain't going to fix their problems. You know what I'm saying? If the whole offseason didn't fix their problems.
Okay, but look. Hey, all right, so look, a healthy right side, a healthy left side of the line, and then you plug in the center. That's a better way to fix this line, right? So it's easier to have a healthy right side, a healthy left side, and then your center is the only problem. Now you could say, hey, Jurgen, you rest for a couple weeks. Train the backup center. Like, just train the backup center now. But you cannot sit 3 guys out of 5 on an offensive line and expect the same production. But you could definitely do 2 because they already been playing, because Dickerson been in and out. Lane Johnson definitely been in and out all freaking year. He coming in shit. He coming in goddamn season banged up. This whole offensive line is pissing me off right now.
Yeah, they gotta get healthy, because that's a huge part of it all. You know, last week you heard my lot talking about we need to get to the line faster. Man, none of that stuff matters. Okay, it matters if you're healthy or not. You know, they're not looking like the dominant offensive line that we've been having. Like you said, we're middle of the pack. I think they ranked us around 15, if I'm not mistaken. We are like the 15th best line out there, and that's horrible.
We try
to be that shitty. 15 best is not good enough. You know, you got all these other teams out there, and it goes back to not just the line. Your offensive coordinator has to set your team up for success.
Yeah,
you know, he has to set them up. If you know you have weak spots in your line, you have to set everything to go against those weak spots. You know, play to your strength. You know, go to the Steve, Johnson side a lot more in terms of running the football. You know, go to your, toss plays to let Mailata hook that in and help out there. You know, go to your traps where you got 2 guys double teaming up to the linebacker. Normal concepts of football when you're running the football with a hurt line. This ain't the first time, you see a team out there with hurt offensive linemen. It's half the team in the league got somebody hurting it on the offensive line.
Yeah,
it's what happens in football. But it's up to the coaches to scheme it up right. Like, we had times where, nothing is in rhythm. He's looking like a first-time play caller. And everybody's like, yeah, sometimes it just takes a year, Sometimes, you got that year under your belt. The next season you come out. Kellen Moore took 5 games before he got it figured out. You know what I'm saying? After their meeting, he came out and he got it figured out. Now, this is your 5-game figure out. You have 5 games. This is another reason why it sucks not playing a preseason. You don't get that continuity.
You keep bringing up this preseason shit. It doesn't matter, man. Preseason is overrated. No, we didn't play for 5 games. We had 5 games already. So your preseason is over. This team is not connecting on a personal level more than anything. This is not a game. You know what I mean? Like, the play calling, I get it. But the missed route, the laziness of running the route, the missed block, the penalties, that has nothing to do with preseason. This is the same. We had 10 out of 11 guys returning back from the same freaking team. Offense, that is unheard of. 10 out of 11. So you can't tell me preseason. I mean, no, you have all training camp. You have the combined, you have the what's the Browns practice, the Eagles shoot.
Joint practice.
Yeah, yes, you have the joint practices. So this is not about preseason. This is, to me, because in preseason, our backups was looking great. We had Key in there flinging the ball. Darius Cooper catching touchdown. Man, we're like, KP is in his bag. And now it's like, these guys should have played in preseason.
When they're not calling real defenses, he's in his bag. And JD3 has a point. He says, how much of the problem on the field is related to problems off the field? That's the biggest question with him, with this team.
Exactly. A lot. Off
the field problems. Why are these guys even having off the field problems? It's the real question. And don't just give me the stat. It can't just be over stats, because that's selfish. And if it's all about the stats and it's all about being selfish, then we need to do something about that. That's a problem too. And that comes back to what we've been saying for a while now with this team, and with AJ Brown. Is this? Are you taking your stats over the team? Is that what you're doing? Do you think you're more important than the team? Is your legacy more bigger than this team chemistry? There's a lot of things you got to think about. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he's thinking this way, which is not uncommon for a star receiver to want to have a legacy. He got a Super Bowl. He got All Pros. He got Pro Bowls. He want to be the greatest. And he kind of set himself up this year, with all that hyping up Kevin Petula, with all that, the offense needs to change. With all that, I need to get the ball more. All that stuff going on, you know what I'm saying? And now it's like you're not producing. You're not producing. You make the team choose to abandon their real game plan and try to make a game plan for you. That's not natural. You got to stay within a scheme. Like we said 100,000 times, we are a run-first football team, period. If you don't like that, I know it kind of gives them freaking PTSD from times with, the Tennessee Titans when Derrick Henry was running the ball, but that's just it. There's no reason why Saquon Barkley should only have 6 carries in a football game if he's healthy.
Yeah, but it's not PTSD though, because AJ been on this team for 4 years now, and we always been a run-first team. He 3 times All-Pro, a Super Bowl champ, so he always got his numbers. Something is off. You said something, right? All right, does the off-field personal shit leaks into the professional on the field? Absolutely. If you and I are beefing, offline, and then we come on the show, well, my energy is going to be like, all right, yeah, all right. Like, of course, you know why? Because I'm pissed off at you. You pissed off at me, right? Of course, personal leads into professional sometimes, right? It's hard to kind of separate those two. So AJ is disappointed. Even though he said, hey, I'm captain of the team, I expect to help the team win. This is, look, honestly, the worst I've seen. Because remember last year, AJ missed 4 games. He played the Packers and then was out, I believe, like the next 3 games. And then we had the bye. So he missed 3 games and then came back after the bye. So by the time he came back, we was already clicking, right? We was already established. Boom, we are a run-first team. Let's run the ball. 8, boom, boom, boom. Now it's just like he's starting from scratch. Everybody's healthy. Well, not everybody's healthy. Offensive line is banged up, and now we got a new offensive play caller again. Jalen Hurts has been the only quarterback in the NFL that has been set up for failure, but still succeed despite that. Every single year, every single season, since college football, Jalen Hurts, the Philadelphia Eagles quarterback, since college football, I mean, it might have been farther than that, but since college, every year he had to learn a new playbook. Imagine for those of you who can't put it in football terms. Imagine every year you get a new manager, and every year your new manager changed the system. You say, hey, look, y'all used to do this last year. This year, I want y'all to do this. Every year you get a new manager every year. And they change it every year. You be like, oh my God, I can't be learning this shit every year. So that's what Jalen Hurts have to deal with. Every year is somebody else new in his ear, calling plays, getting to know the team. So he's been set up for failure every freaking year, but he still managed to never miss the playoffs, been to the Super Bowl twice, as a 4-year starter, been in the Super Bowl twice. I mean, that is unheard of. He's the only quarterback in the NFL that go through this shit.
Yeah, man. Let's see what our boy Ike Reese had to say about it.
There's been a lot of debate of like, does it matter, whatever. Sunday was a perfect example of why this matters a ton. Like the play where AJ slows down. Yeah. We could dissect a play, whose fault it is, whatever. To me, the most important part of the play is they didn't talk after. And you cannot have your quarterback and number 1 receiver like seemingly not talking on the sideline. Like I don't have eyes on them 24/7, but because I'm interested in it, I do watch them a lot. Like after plays, when they walk to the sideline, do they congratulate each other after touchdowns, right? And you just don't see them almost ever interact. Yeah. And I'm not 24/7 during the game, but like for a large portion of the game, I'm looking at to see what's happening, and they just don't. So
that's
matters.
What's more important to me.
Yes, exactly.
That's what's more important to me, the on the field relationship. the work relationship, the trying to get the same goals accomplished, knowing that you need each other. Right. Jalen, you need your number one wide receiver. AJ, would help if you had your quarterbacks back and sometimes when he misses a throw, what have you, that you don't show this outwardly disappointment and frustration, right, because that stuff reflects back on him and all that stuff is bubbling beneath the surface. And I think the further you move along from having negative feelings about each other and you built up way more positive stuff and you bank that, now you're able to withstand difficult moments and adversity.
Yeah, I'm concerned. I am concerned right now. I mean, I know.
How did it get so bad? You hear these guys. You see when JJ came, they're so excited. They had so much fun. The first year, you never heard anything really bad about them, being mad. Like, how did it get to this point where it's like everybody can see there is a huge problem with the quarterback and the top receiver on this football team who's supposed to be best friends, godparents to each other's kids type thing. But now there's such a big issue off the field. Do you think this has to do, and I'm not, one to, make fun or even talk down about people that have, what do you call it? Mental health issues. But do you think this is AJ just overreacting with everything because he's putting too much pressure on himself type thing, where it's like he doesn't have what else to do but lash out on the team? Or do you just think that, he's justified for what he's doing?
Winning. We won. We won it all. He tastes what it felt like to be a Super Bowl champ. It was like, wait a minute. This is it? Like, I want my stats. I want some touchdowns. I want some yards. I want to be talked about as one of the greatest wide receivers ever, which I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. Once you win a championship, unless you built like Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, in a list. Hey, that's the end of the list. Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan,
Tom Brady.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so Tom Brady, Serena Williams, Tiger Woods.
Yes.
Like those people that's like, hey, I won, but guess what? I want some more. I'm about to do whatever I can, sacrifice whatever. Jalen Hurts is the perfect example. He doesn't care about his stats. He doesn't care if he throw for 1 yard or 1,000 yards in a game. As long we win, the mission is the first thing on his mind. So should AJ be like, look, I understand, but the thing is, I could see why AJ is frustrated because Jalen Hurts will always get the praise, and AJ will always get the downfall.
Ms. Ash says, Saquon coming to the team changed a lot.
That was a blessing.
But what did it really change, though, Miss Ash? Like, we had showed you 3 straight years of running backs having career years with Jalen Hurts. What I do notice is when Jalen's not running the football, which you heard Saquon talk about, you heard a lot of people talk about Jalen makes his offense the way it is. If your quarterback had the least yards he's had, I think he had 6 rushing yards, the least yards he had ever. There's no linebackers worried about nothing when you run the ball. They're going straight after Saquon Barkley. If they don't have no fear of Jalen Hurts running the football, then that's not pulling no linebacker away from the run game. That's keeping 8 in the box and 8 targeted at Saquon. You got to keep this team balanced. You got to keep Jalen Hurts doing what he does best, and that's run and throw the football. We're not saying run for 100 yards like Lamar Jackson needs to do. We're saying 50, 60 yards to keep the defense honest, and you're going to see a lot more cleaner pass for a guy like Saquon Barkley. But you have to also stick to the running game, period. Stick to the running game. You can't come out of half and throw, 20 straight passes without no runs. The 3-and-out ratio on this football team is the worst in the league. That's horrible. And that's what happens when you want Jalen to come out every single week and throw the ball 38, 40 times a football game. He's not Burrow. He's not Allen. He's not Mahomes. He's none of those cats. He's Jalen freaking Hurts. He's great for
But it's not even about him not being those guys.
Yeah.
It's about the team is built to run first. Period.
Yeah.
There's no other team in the NFL that's built to run first, like the Philadelphia Eagles, by the way. But just going over to TikTok, Non-Trade King 2 says, I think with AJ wanting to contribute so bad, it's starting to turn more so toxic now, right? Plus, the play calling has not been what it should be. Look, I have no. Yes, playmakers want the ball. Playmakers want the ball. The problem is the OC. It's the OC. Jalen Hurts. Wait, what's the play? Hey, show the play where he called the play where he kind of audible to the Saquon Barkley touchdown. I mean, I know you got the clip. So if you're on TikTok, clips on YouTube, the links are on both bios. Click the link and jump over to YouTube so you can see the clips. But with Hurts calling, audibling to that play, I mean, it should not be that way, right? But every good quarterback have audibles, though. This
is the play where Saquon said, basically like we in the streets, I'm calling this play, and this is an audible made from Jalen Hurts.
But did he call the play or audible to it? Because
audible to the play.
Okay, so that means Kevin Patullo called the play, called two plays. And all right, when the play come in, the two plays that comes in every time, first down, second down, third down, it doesn't matter. There's two plays that come in. Hurts, he read the defense, he audibles to it. He didn't completely just say, "Hey,
no."
Saquon
said that was something that they seen, and Jalen when he seen it.
So did he call once again? Did he call the play, or did he goes away? Like did he audible? That
they had a play call when he seen what he seen. He looked at Saquon. And they talked
per game. You're not answering my question right now. You're not answering my question. Was there two plays called? One,
I'm not in
Kevin to Patullo.
I'm not in a Jalen's helmet. I don't know what play was called.
Okay, so why you keep saying that?
Because Saquon said it.
Calling the whole play. No, wait. Calling his own play is disregarding the first play, the second play. He's saying, you know what? I'm going to call my own shot. Bump the two plays that came in. I'm going to call my own play. Did he do that?
Yes, that's what Saquon said he did.
You sure Saquon said he said that?
No.
Oh my God! See, look. Yo, you full of shit.
I'm not. Wait, let's see if I have the clip. Hold on, I got the clip too. Here we go. What we got here?
He said he audible, man. He audible.
What does it say?
Nah, that's not it.
That's not the one. That's not the one.
I want to see the Eagles team play after halftime against the Rams. Yeah. Hey, we all do. We all want to see the Eagles team, the same Eagles team play, to start every game. You know what I mean? But that shit ain't happening.
I have
it. Hey, BG, I promise you, Saquon Barkley did not say that Jalen Hurts disregarded two plays that was called by the offensive coordinator.
Here it is right here.
He said what? Hurts saw something doing that led to his play. To be honest, we kind of drew that one up. Jalen saw something and asked me if I wanted to run it. I said, yeah, Jalen. You know what? Fire Kevin Patullo tonight. Just fire him. Because that means that means he should be fired right now. I mean, hey, look, call Howie. I know we have a game on Thursday, but Jalen Hurts could call his own plays. F it. Just fire him. He's worthless right now. So if Barkley said that means that Kevin Patullo is a piece of trash. He needs to be fired. He don't even need to be in the NFL no more. If you let your quarterback call a freaking play that wasn't even called as part of the game plan, get rid of him. Get him out of here. Get him out of here.
Get him out of here, he said. But that's what we've been all saying about this the whole time. It's like, look, this is the play he audible to. Let me see. Let me get this down.
Yo,
This
that
what
is
he
so
got, what you-
disappointing, man. Like, yo, I have
I
no
told
hope.
you, man.
You killed all the hope I had for this offensive coordinator. You killed it.
Here it is, right here.
To the sideline for confirmation. 2nd and 4. Flinging it. Caught. On the run is Barkley. He's in for a touchdown. Finally.
I want to see Kevin Patullo face after that play. That's what I want to see.
It's probably going to be like, remember when Peyton started calling his own plays? The offensive coordinator said, fuck it, and just give high fives. Like, keep calling your plays, my guy, make me look good. And I think that's where it's at. And I think that's why these three leaders came together. It's like, listen, KP sucks. Okay? Let's keep it real with each other. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. It's not my fault. This coordinator sucks. He's not ready for the moment that he's in right now. As leaders, we have to find ways when the offense is not rolling correctly to go out and call our own shots. Go out and call our own shots. And I think that's exactly like, you said you had the brand new JC.
With my only question is this: even when last year, when the offense was kind of like stale, right? We never heard of Jalen Hurts calling his own play. If for Saquon Barkley to come out and say that, I'm a little disappointed. Only because if you're reading that outside the Philadelphia Eagles locker room, like I just read it, Kevin Patullo sucks. Our offensive coordinator, you was elevated from quarterback coach to offensive coordinator, and you have the quarterback calling his own shot. So why are you getting paid for? Why do I need you? I don't need you. I don't. I mean, I don't. But the thing is this: Jalen Hurts is the system, and that just proves it. He don't need an offensive coordinator, and that's why he is able to succeed every year since college. Super Bowl championship. That he's the system. He is it. But that's not fair though, because I get tired after a while.
Ms. Ash says, Jalen said today he hates losing, so it's no surprise he's calling his own plays out there. And like he said, Twist said too, it's not nothing that's not been done. Like, what was it at here? Twist. Quarterbacks do it all the time, where they see something and give receivers signals. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And actually, if you think about it, some of our best plays even last year were audible plays by Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, so, audible.
That's even with Kellen Moore, who was a great coach. Some of our play calling was audible by Jalen Hurts, and some of our biggest plays. So it's at a point where you just got to let him do it. You got an offensive coordinator. You give him a concept, you give him a scheme. You gotta give him his freedom to just call whatever he wants. Trust your quarterback.
There's a difference between audible and calling your own play. There's a big difference.
Let him call the plays. If it works, I don't care who's calling the plays. I just want to see a better offense. I'm tired of watching.
That brings tension within the locker room, within your leaders. Your OC and your quarterback should be on the same page. That is husband and wife. That's a husband and wife. OC and quarterback, y'all married to each other. Like, hey, you tell me what you see. I'll tell you what what I see. I'm going to tell you what I like. I'm going to tell you what I don't like. That is a marriage. If that marriage is broken, then the team is going to feel it. You hear me? The team is going to feel it. And right now, we've seen it. We're feeling it right now because they're not on the same page.
All I'm gonna say about that is, oh hell no, Jalen Hurts not marrying himself to Kevin Patullo.
Well, then,
he didn't marry himself to Brian Johnson. He's not marrying himself to Kevin Patullo. My God, he said JC will bring back
alimony. I hope he got himself an alimony because they are married.
Dizzle said JC will bring back Dougie P. Or bring him back as a consultant for Patullo. Somebody
is this?
Out, man.
Look,
he said it's a new It's a new measure. They gotta work stuff out.
It's a new marriage. You got to work. Look, I'm not going to say we need to bring back anybody. I'm telling you right now, if the Eagles bring back an OC, it's going to be 2023 all over again. Our biggest fear is going to come true. You don't bring in a new OC because that means that your game plan, it takes time. That's why they have training camp, OTAs, to go over these plays and over to try to get this together. You bring a new OC right now, 5 games in, you're gonna. So it's not okay. If you're gonna bring Dougie P in, bring him in as an advisor. Say, hey, you know what I mean? You understand your concept of this offense, but I would run this, or I'll try to do this. Advise, right, with a quotation mark, but not change the OC. Because it's tough, man. This team will not go far if you try to bring in a new OC. It won't. Everybody on that offensive line have to learn a new blocking scheme, a new route running. It's not as easy as to drop an OC and say, hey, it's fixed. You saw how well that worked when we tried to do that with the defensive coordinator. You know what I mean? So it's not that easy. This team is going to ride or die with the personnel we have on this team. Change is not coming. Your change is not coming. We're going to float or sink with what we have. That's it.
He's already having a divorce with AJ. Can't have a divorce with Petula. He's disappointed for sure.
Absolutely.
They're going to have them boys at marriage counseling today. Fact. I think it was Saquon like, hey, guys, I don't even know what it feels like to win like this. So whatever y'all doing, squash it because I like winning. I like winning. This is not nothing normal I'm used to. It says KP shouldn't have
been given the job, the Super Bowl champ. The Philadelphia Eagles, to me, what pisses me off is they are too loyal. They love to promote within, regardless of the experience. Oh, you've been here for 5 years as a quarterback coach, we're going to elevate you. Ninja, you didn't learn from freaking Brian Johnson 2 seasons ago? Like, yo, hey, that's the reason why the head coach was on his knees begging to stay as the Philadelphia Eagles head coach unless he literally go outside and hire people, bring them in. Vic Fangio, Kellen Moore. It wasn't within, it was outside. And to do this shit again, Howie Roseman, I'm disappointed in him to let this shit happen. How did Nick convince you? How did Nick Sirianni convince you that Kevin Petullo was the right guy? Or was it because we did a deep run, won the Super Bowl, by the time we got done, everybody was hired, and he was the only thing was like, that was our plan all along, to hire within. I think that's what's the problem. That was it. I think that was it.
I like Miss Ash says, I really wish Nick had the skills to fix the situation. You know what I'm saying? Because that's
well, Nick Sirianni actually would work if he calls it.
We hired Nick to be an offensive genius. Even if you're not calling the plays, because when you call the plays, you pass too much and it's absolutely trash. You need to, just like you do the players, motivate your goddamn coordinators. You know? Motivate the coordinators. I know you can't say nothing to Vic because Vic's old school, so you probably don't feel like you can go to Vic and say anything to him. But Tulo, you're in a meeting with this guy every day. Tell him he sucks. God damn it. Tell him he needs to get better. Tell him, show him game plans from previous seasons about how you run a game, how you call the game. Look at this play, how it sets up this play, how it sets up that play. You can't just be perfect in the red zone and not know what to do with the field. You know what I'm saying? You can't just be perfect in the red zone because that's easy money, because you do got so much talent in a small area. It's easy for these guys to get open real quick. What about when you need, deep shots? We need to move be methodical down the field. You got to have plays for everything. But it all does start with the offensive line and the play calling, not being able to run the football, man. We got to fix the running the football thing ASAP, or there's going to be a problem throughout this year. Because the way teams are playing us, man, I'm telling you, I'm telling you, it's not going to work, man. It's not going to work if we don't get that fixed ASAP. He said, BG, they were honestly thank Vic Fangio saving this team. I hate my computer sometimes. I can't see stuff.
It was like, BG, honestly, think Vic Fangio is saving this team from crashing like 2023. We would be a 2-pack of ass if Vic Fangio wasn't here. Look.
That's facts.
Wait a minute. Okay, all right. Okay. Yes, it's kind of facts /
that's facts.
Borderline iffy right now. This season, the Philadelphia Eagles defense is ranked number 20, first. We can't stop the nosebleed right now. They are running right through us. We can't stop the run. Vic Fangio, you were here last year. You supposed to upgrade at linebacker. Like, you supposed to have faster, younger, hungry dogs. Why are we getting run through? We can't get off the field because we can't stop the run. The Philadelphia Eagles are allowing 130 plus a game. That is pathetic. Last year, we were a top 5 run defense. Like, the number 1 pass defense. This year, we took a step back with younger, hungry players. Maybe it takes time, right? 4 or 5 weeks, maybe. So I'm going to give it another couple. In fact, I'm going to give it until the bye week. I'm going to give it 2 games against the Giants, 1 game against the Vikings. If we come out,
Go ahead.
I mean, if we don't fix it within the next 3 weeks, I don't know what is the solution. Unless, like I said last night, Nakobe Dean. Was Nakobe Dean the reason why the Philadelphia Eagles was so good at stopping the run? Remember, he got hurt during the playoff game versus the Packers. But all season, he was in the starting lineup helping Zach Bond out. Maybe Campbell is more of a hybrid linebacker, rushing at the edge, more than a run-stuffing linebacker. Nakobe Dean had 130-plus tackles last year. You know what I mean? So that is your nose is stuffing in freaking the holes, and you are making plays. So I think Nakobe Dean might be the solution, but when is he going to come back? I mean, I know that he's off the injury reserve and he's been practicing stuff like that. When is he going to get installed in this starting defense? Is it before the bye or after the bye? We have to wait and see. But I definitely think that Nakobe Dean might be the reason why we can't stop the freaking run because we're not stuffing the holes.
I like what you said about that, but we're going to say one more clip of what Acho feels about the situation before I get on that whole Nakobe Dean thing.
We know there's an issue because Shady's 1,000% right. If there's not an issue, what are we talking about? We don't need to talk about X's and O's. You feel me?
Yeah.
We aren't the coaches, so we don't need to talk about X's and O's. We also aren't all working together schematically. What Saquon Barkley does schematically has nothing to do with what A.J. Brown is doing schematically. So if Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown, and Jalen Hurts was all getting together, bet. But Saquon, Jalen, and A.J. all getting together tells us this is something that transcends football. This ain't about no X's and O's. There's nothing that they can come together to when AJ say, you know what, Saquon, you got to get 15 touches a game. That's not an AJ Brown decision. Saquon can't go say, hey, AJ, you got to get about 13 targets a game. That's not a Saquon Barkley decision. This sounded like a Saquon going to Jalen and saying, hey, let's sit down with AJ. Saquon going to AJ saying, hey, let's sit down with Jalen. That's what it sounds like to me.
I mean, yeah, we said that from the beginning. Like, there's nothing new. Yes, we said it. I mean, this wasn't no X's and O's, no play calling. It just, hey, let's squash this beef. We got bigger goals in mind. AJ, remember when he was, sipping that champagne, was like, when he saw the Super Bowl ring, he was like, let's do it again. Let's run it back. You thought it was going to be sweet. You thought that shit was going to be easy to be back-to-back Super Bowl champ without putting in the work, without people coming after your head.
And they are definitely coming. Listen, look what Sean Payton did, right? This is what Sean Payton did after the game. This is how bad he wanted to beat us, guys. This is how bad he wanted to beat us. Sean Payton had his team bus reroute them to drive down Broad Street after beating the Eagles to let them see the team's bus come through the city again. He said they were also blasting Meek Mill in the locker room post-game, to make a statement. We are every team's Super Bowl.
And guess what? The Denver Broncos, just clip this shit right here, right now, will miss the playoffs. Because that's where I'm telling you right now, teams like that, I'm telling you right now, with the mindset that they had, that one game was the top of the pedestal. They have reached their peak. They beat the Super Bowl champ. They dropped them from the undefeated mountain down. We done broke their soul. And now they're up and down. Karma is a mother effer. Yeah. And I'm telling you right now, the Denver Broncos would not make the playoffs. That was their Super Bowl. And congratulations, Denver Bronco fans, team, Sean Payton. Your ass is grass.
Yeah, I would say I see you in the Super Bowl, but I don't know if y'all definitely not making the Super Bowl. So
what?
Y'all had a good win. You know, I give you credit for that. But referees played a huge deal with that. I'm not a referee guy, but the referees played a lot. Dallas scattered penalties that didn't get called. I'm not going to blame the refs. No. Hey, listen, this turnover right here, this play right here.
No. I don't care what. Hey, don't show me no clip. I watched the whole freaking game. You are up 17 to 3, and you run the ball. You give your best player on offense 6 carries. You deserve to lose that game. F the refs. You never leave the game in the refs' hands.
You don't.
That's what losers does. Losers does that. Winners, you beat a team. You up 17 to 3 in the fourth quarter, and you get outscored 18-0. You deserve to lose. I'm tired of the clips of the refs. Okay, they're human beings. They made a mistake.
Not that many in one game.
But if they run the ball, you up 17 to 3. They run the ball. If the penalties, if Saquon Barkley, Devontae, and Jahan Dotson don't call for illegal motion, Devontae Smith 4th down and 4 to the Denver Broncos 30-yard line, we win the game. You know what I mean? It's a whole bunch of undiscipline that happened. The Philadelphia Eagles are 14th in penalties. When did we ever become so bad in penalties? That's undisciplined. We're the Super Bowl champs. We feeling ourselves. We sniffing ourselves. You know what I mean? We expect to walk on the field every time, and we are the better team, but then we shoot ourselves in the foot every week. 14th in the NFL. There's 32 teams. Yo, that is a middle of the pack team. Undisciplined, injuries, freaking lack of play calling, bitching on the field. It's more than the refs. So I don't want to hear about the refs. It is what it is.
Like Missy asked, there's so many penalties, though. From offense to defensive penalties to all that stuff. Hell, you had the whole Eagles nation looking like Travis Kelce did when he got ejected.
But what is this?
Watch what he does. Watch what he does. I love Travis for this. I know it's a different team, but I love Travis. This is what all Eagles Nation thought about doing from after they watching this game. Watch what Travis does to the ref here. Boom! Flag for you, my guy. You suck.
What year was this? What year was this? What year was this? A long time ago.
This Monday night.
Wait,
he got ejected with 14 minutes left in the fourth. I didn't even know that until I seen that clip.
I didn't even know that either.
I was like, damn. Travis did get. I didn't know he got ejected. I didn't see him the rest of the game, but I just love what he did. He threw his towel at the ref, saying, "Flag on you for sucking," and that's exactly how every Eagles fan felt with these guys. ADW. I thought about this too. We need to move Fred Johnson to offensive guard.
No. Absolutely not.
This is Steve one
an offensive guard than a freaking tackle. Lane Johnson. Okay, if you try to rest Lane Johnson, Fred Johnson is the best person to play right tackle. We've seen it, right? What dominant, defensive tackle is going to rush through the right guard. But we have so many edge rushers. You need a right tackle, a left tackle that could handle those, those edge rushers. So if you're the Philadelphia Eagles, especially if you keep Jurgens in the middle, like you could kind of hide your left guard and your right guard between a good left tackle, a good right tackle. But you can't hide. You saw what happened when we did not put Fred Johnson at right tackle versus the Rams. You saw how many sacks and fumbles and blindside hits was coming to Jalen Hurts. So absolutely not. You figure out the right guard and leave Fred Johnson at the right tackle. Period. Like, what are we doing here?
I would move Steen to left guard, put Pryor at right guard. I'm done with Toth, dude. I don't know. Pryor didn't show me nothing.
Steen play right guard. Fred Johnson play right tackle. There's continuity there already. Why are we switching and flipping? And this ain't no damn Twizzlers and shit. Like you trying to we're in a football season, folks. Stop it. We are in a football season. You're not gonna move Fred Johnson to this and that. It's too late. Keep them at what they do and fix one position. Keep Dean at right guard. Steen at right guard. Keep Fred Johnson at right tackle, and you fix that left guard position in between Mariota and Kim Jurgens. Why is it so hard? Why are we trying to flip everybody upside down for?
He's a backup. He's not playing. It doesn't matter if he's not on the field. Get him on the field. It's about the best five.
But we're talking about if Lane Johnson is. No, this whole conversation started. You rest Lane Johnson. You rest Lyndon Dickerson. That's how this whole conversation started. It wasn't saying if Lane Johnson is at right tackle. Lane Johnson is hurt. He is hurt. He needs to rest also. So we were talking about, I'm just resting these guys. So yes, you put now if you're gonna keep so if Lane Johnson is healthy, he's at right tackle. All right, boom, that's a different conversation. But if Lane Johnson is out, Fred Johnson is your backup right tackle.
Yeah, but Lane's not getting a rest.
You're making my blood pressure go, man.
He said, rest him. We got an easy game up next.
It's not an easy game. It's a divisional game. It's a good front four that have not exploded yet. So all right, let's talk about the Giants, man. We've been on this, game. I'm over it. I'm done. I'm not going to tweet about it. I'm not going to text about it. I'm done talking about this past game. Let's talk about the upcoming game. We are an hour and 12 minutes in. All right, the Philadelphia Eagles have a big game, divisional game on Thursday night, literally in 46 and a half hours kickoff. I mean, this is a must win, in my opinion. What do you think?
It's definitely a must win. We should not lose more than one game in the next 3 weeks. Because the two Giants games should be washed. There should be a sweep. That should be done. I know division games or whatever, but they don't even got their best damn receiver on the team right now. Jackson Dart's a nice young guy. Vic Fangio's an old school defensive coordinator who knows how to get after rookie quarterbacks.
He's a running quarterback.
What's that?
He's a running quarterback. And what did Baker Mayfield do to us? What did Bo Nix do to us? Running quarterbacks beat us. They burn us. So, yes, this game should be a blowout. It should not be close. But he's mobile. So we got to be disciplined enough to at least treat him like he's not a rookie. At least do not disrespect any NFL player because you will get burned. Because he beat the Chargers, right? He beat the Chargers. All right. But the Chargers, they seem to be losing to NFC East team. They just lost to the, other Commanders.
Yeah.
But still, they were undefeated and he beat them with his legs, with his arms. So he's an NFL player.
And I see Miss Ash say Pat ran on us too. And
Yes.
I understand what y'all saying. Good quarterbacks, good running backs been running on us all year long. But if you let Scatterbo, is that the boy name? Scatterbo run on us.
I think he's hurt. I think he hurt. I'm pretty sure he's hurt though. I'm pretty sure he's he got hurt.
Scatterboo?
Yeah. I'm almost positive that
so if that number one running back and the number one receiver's not playing, it should be food.
I'm almost positive that
it should be food. We should definitely destroy these guys. Should be no competition. And I want to see this team show us that this meeting was worth something. That's basically what I want out of this game. Show us that this meant something. Because if you go out and have the same exact offense and play the same exact game you've been playing after this meeting, then we got bigger fish to fry. Somebody in that coaching area needs to get fired. You know what I'm saying? Somebody needs to lose their job. Somebody needs to get demoted. Somebody needs something. Nick needs to take back over as head coach, play caller, or something, because he has got to be better than what KP's calling out there. You know, he got to be. KP, this is you're on your last leg. You know, when you got hangman, you got the head, you got the arms, you got the body, you got one leg down. There's only one more leg you got, my guy, before you're hung. And if you cannot go to MetLife and lay the smack down when all your star players are meeting, saying that they're ready to explode and be the studs they want to be, and you keep them held back with your horrible play calling, then you got to go, my guy.
The Giants are the 26th ranked defense. Their offense is ranked about 10 above us. So let's not act like that it's not going to be a dogfight. It's a divisional game, but only because I'm predicting that this game is going to be definitely a 2-score game, only because we lost. We are coming off an L. That bad taste is in your mouth. This team is like, the national media is acting like this team is 1-4 instead of 4-1. The Bills lost, the Chiefs lost, and for some way, somehow, they are still getting talked about better than a 4-1 Philadelphia Eagles team. AJ got problem. Barkley called a team meeting. You know, OC being called out. Nick is being. So this team, with a divisional game coming up, you know them very well. They know you very well. So, but because we coming off a loss, a horrible loss where we led by double digits and we lost, that's why I'm expecting this team to get their frustration, to take their frustration out on the New York Giants. Go back to your bread and butter and run the ball.
Saquon's going back home. Let him have a nice homecoming. Yeah, Miss Ash says, you know, she's already nervous about MetLife already makes me nervous.
Yes.
You just have to get in there, get a W, and get out of there.
Get out of there.
Are you guys happy with that? Because that's what the first 4 weeks has been about. No one's happy about just getting a win. Everybody wants to see the big stats. Either you gotta pick a side. Either you want to see the big stats. I know everybody wants both, but right now it's not seeming possible. Are you on the fence of just taking the W, or on the fence where you have to see this offense be high powered?
But I don't think that people want to see the big stats. I think that people want to see a complete game. If we play a complete game, the stats will come. We have yet to see every game so far this season. We either see a good first half or a good second half. Never a complete first half and second game. That's all we're asking for. Everything else will fall into place. You know, I mean, that's it. But we like to get out MetLife Stadium. I have to agree with Miss Ash. Yo, hey, just get a win and run out of there. Because so many ACLs that have been torn on that stadium. It's crazy. It's cursed. It's literally cursed. Like their star wide receiver at home, cursed. You know what I mean? A couple weeks ago. AJ Brown got hurt the last game of the season a couple years ago. Curse. It's cursed. Get out of there. Win by half a point. I don't give a damn. We got 10 days, and then we'll take the shit out on the Minnesota Vikings at home and Philly. I don't care. Just win, baby. Just win.
Carson Wentz game. There's very little creativity coming from KP, especially with the young weapons we have on this offense. Mechie, Latu, Shipley, Dillon. And that's another thing, too. Like I was saying before, you look at a team like Detroit who can have everybody play well. It's not just Ahmad St. Brown. You got Williams playing well. We got 2 running backs playing like studs. We got 2 running backs. We got 2 receivers. We got a tight end. Why can't we become creative like them? How did they have one of the most creative offense coordinators, send them packing to be a head coach, and come back with another creative offense coordinator? Like, where is this guy at that we didn't see? And why it seems like it's not even just him? You know, it's shades of Kellen Moore. It's been this offense for the last 4 or 5 years now. We're not as creative as the top teams in the league. And that's a huge problem. We have better skill positions than these teams, or just as good as these teams. Good offensive line, good receivers, good tight end, good running backs. But our plays look vanilla. Our plays look JV when we're on varsity. You know what I'm saying? It's got to be better. It's got to be better.
Because when you are a first run team, you get an OC that's first run. Running the ball is not sexy. Okay? I mean, to us, we love it. Right? As an Eagle fan, I love when you run the ball. Not the blood pressure medicine. Yeah, I've been taking it all night because y'all drive me crazy. But no, we are a run first team. When was the Philadelphia Eagles a first pass team? That's when you go out and hire a high octane offensive coordinator. But when you're a first run team, you get the most boring ass offensive coordinator because there's nothing sexy about running. There's nothing about running the ball. It's like a snail. It's like run the ball. So you go get those guys. And that's what the Eagles been doing. They've always been a first run team for a long time, besides the McNabb era, when it was like passing all over the place. We was telling Randy Reed to run the goddamn ball. But for the most part, we've been a run team. So, of course, you're going to get those OCs. It's just about, let's run the ball. Okay, run the route, 5-yard curl, blah, blah, blah. So that's what it is. The Rams. Like,
yeah, another team.
The Rams play, I'm like, oh, shoot, where they at? I'm like, damn. Like, you can't even keep up with the wide receivers because they're over there. Like, I'm like, when did Cooper Kupp go on the bench? Hey, when did Cooper Kupp is not even on the team no more? I'm like, where's Cooper Kupp? Like, because you don't know who's on the field because the guys are moving everywhere. Us is like, AJ's over there, Devontae right there. Oh, look at Goddard. Oh, he stopped running. Oh, you know what I mean? So.
Like this, Ashes, I keep saying that I love watching games where 4 to 5 different people making plays. We have the squad for that. Creativity is the only place we lack. And I agree with you. Creativity. But this is, like I said, even during some of the Kellen Moore time, until he hit that playoffs, that's when he came out of the bag, which you save your best for last.
Yes.
At the end of the day, the creativity is lacking thereof. If you only have a page full of creativity that you got to save for the playoffs and save for the playoff run, then you don't need to be an offensive coordinator in the NFL, my guy. You know, you don't need to be an offensive coordinator in the NFL. You need to go continue being that quarterback's coach, or passing game specialist, or whatever the hell you want to be. Because there has to be multiple plays that can get everybody. Like, why hasn't we seen the development of Jahan Dawson? You know, last year he looked like he was.
We don't use 3 wide receivers as much. That's why.
But it's showing us when we're using this bunch formation with extra tight ends and Saquon Barkley, that's 8 players to block 3 and everybody else in coverage, and we wonder why we're not getting completions. You got 8 covering 3. That's not a winning formation either. That's not a winning formula either. You know what I'm saying? You got to get creative. Have Dillon and Barkley in the backfield. Do option plays for both. You know, mix it up. Have Shipley in there. Remember when Kenny Gainwell was in there? We had Kenny Gainwell in the flat. We had Kenny Gainwell, making plays while we had, Barkley doing things. Come on. We got to be more creative. more pick routes, more. I don't even know, man. Everything that we're not doing because it just looks too vanilla. And we can be the most exciting team in football with the talent we have. You can help offensive
second half versus the Rams. The second half versus the Rams, you saw it. AJ scored a touchdown. Smitty scored a touchdown. Goddard, he scored a touchdown. Barkley was, he was getting hosed to open up with the same offensive line. All of a sudden, our offensive line can open up holes. You know why? Because now people respect the pass, right? Boom, they back up a little bit, and the holes like the Red Sea, it parts, and all of a sudden it's like holes like mother effer. You know what I mean? So yes, absolutely. So that's what we are envision this offense to look like, the second half of the Rams, and then we went back to the same old poop show with the Buccaneers. Even the Buccaneers first half. What is that? Oh, yeah. Even the Buccaneers first half wasn't even as bad because, you know what I mean, with the fake tush push, 2 TDs to Goddard. I mean, we was cooking, and we was cooking. And then the second half showed up and we stayed in the locker room. You know what I mean? So it's always like which one are we going to get? Like, what are we going to get? Is it going to be the Rams or what we've been getting? Like, we've seen 2 halves, the Rams in the first half of the Bucks. Besides that, everything else just been trash. So,
hey. Said here. Yep. ADW says, well, let's get creative with the run game through our many skilled players. Mechie, Dawson, Smitty can run the ball on sweeps. Just get creative. Just get the ball in more hands. Yeah. Because you make it easy for, these are professional defensive coordinators. Okay, and like we said before, we're not playing shitty teams no more. We've been playing good football teams with good coordinators and good defenses. You can't come with the vanilla, right now I'm try to attack with AJ. Okay, I'm going to go to Smitty now. Okay, I'm going to go to Goddard now. Okay, I'm going to try to run with Saquon 1 or 2 times. Okay, let's just go back to AJ because AJ made a catch. No, that's lazy coordinating. You got to have more plays to have more than one option open. This is football. You're on the highest level of the highest level. Show us you worth the money we're giving you, my guy. Show us that you want this job. I hate when you hear these corners talk about they waited their whole life to get to this moment. And then when they get to this moment, they look like ass. You know what I'm saying? You look like ass. Like, what were you really preparing for your whole life? Because you got the opportunity now. We 5 games in. When are we going to start seeing what you've been prepping your whole life for? Is what I wonder. Don't come out here talking about you've been prepping your whole life for something and then come bring this garbage out on the football field. You got people wanting the Dolphins coach to get fired so we can have a new offense coordinator next year, my guy. Someone that has some credibility and knows how to scheme people open. Because what you're doing, KP, is you're putting yourself under the bus. And I didn't even like the way he was talking today, to be honest with you.
I didn't even listen. I'm tired of listening to everybody.
Like everything just so fine. You know what I'm saying? Like everything is just so gravy. He don't really see problems nowhere, really, is what he was basically saying. We got to get more consistent, but things were opened up that we could have hit and all. Shut the hell up, man. Go on TV, say you suck, and you're going to do better. Just give me the basic now. I suck, I'm trash, and I will work hard to make it right next week. I want more straight-up coaches now. I want someone that's going to take accountability for what he's been doing out there. That it is coaching malpractice is what we're seeing out of this football team. And it's just like, and I know a lot of people say Brad Johnson was good, He was. That made him bad and all that stuff too.
He actually was.
And some parts of that was true because he did have the numbers, but in crucial situations, the reason why everybody hated Johnson was in crucial situations.
No, that's not why. People hate Brian Johnson because we started losing. He was the same coach when we was 10-1. Same plays was being called. But the problem is teams started to figure it out. They started to say, oh, look, when Joey Bosa called out the plays on Monday Night Football, that was the downfall of the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah.
But those plays got us to 10-1. Those plays got us to 10-1. We were top 5, top 7 in offense. Like, we were scoring the ball. Offense is the reason why we had 6, not 1, not 2, not 3, 6 comeback wins that year. You know what I mean? Double digits versus Kansas City, versus Dallas, versus the Bills, versus Commanders twice. We were down by double 10-plus points. And all those games, we came back because offense just started. But then our defense was ass, shit in the bed. And we couldn't keep up. After a while, team was like, hey, you know what? Hey, we got their number. Hey, let's just stop this route right here. The middle is, not being utilized, and their defense is ass. You know what I mean? We had one of the worst defense in NFL history. On third down, we were 32. Matter of fact, we might have been 33-34, and there's only 32 teams. That's how bad we were. You know what I mean? So it was just bad. I mean, our defense was historically bad. It wasn't just bad, historically bad. And then we changed our, defense coordinator midway through, which did not help nothing. We bring in the players midway through, which didn't help nothing. We just was lost as sauce. But offense kept us going until we got.
That Brian Johnson's got JD5 looking good. But
No. That's not the coordinator. Yeah. He's not the offense coordinator. He's just the offense
coordinator. I can give him that credit.
Yeah, no. We're not gonna play those games. Come on now, we're not gonna do that. You know what I mean? Yeah, he's just a quarterback coach, but
back to what you talking about
is the OC.
That's what you talking about earlier about the deficiency on the run stopping and Nakobe Dean. Nakobe Dean practice windows opened up last week, right? He didn't play. Vic Fangio says he's not sure. He said when he does come back, he's not giving him enough starting job right away, obviously. But maybe we're going to have to give him the starting job if that is the case, because he said he leaves it open. Like, is he going to start moving forward? He goes, he's not going to get a starting job right away. But, depending on how things work out, they'll figure something out. But maybe we will have to put him back there at that Mike linebacker and move a guy like Campbell to the outside. Since you like your ends, dropping in coverage anyway, Campbell might be our next Michael Parsons type linebacker. We thought he was going to be the middle linebacker due to injuries and due to freaking unforeseen circumstances, like your real middle linebacker coming back, after a knee injury. Maybe we're going to have to move him to that end and let him be a pass rusher and drop back in coverage when need be. We definitely need help on that end too as well. That's another big reason why we don't got the big bodies. You don't have the Brandon Graham, the stout guys at the end. You don't got the Nolan Smith that's on the end, to stop these running plays, because he's really stout in the run game too, Nolan Smith, that people don't, give him credit for. So maybe you're going to need to put a cap on that end.
I think the Nakobe Dean move would be the Cooper DeJean move from last season. Because I promise you, I cannot put my finger on why we can't stop the run, but I could tell you that 130 tackles is missing. You know what I mean? Like Zach Bond and Nakobe Dean played great. Batman and Robin, they knew exactly, where to go, sideline to sideline. And Campbell, he's playing pretty good. I mean, I'm not gonna poo-poo on Campbell now.
7th overall are all middle linebackers.
Yeah. But the problem is, like, in my head, in my non-professional head, this is just my opinion. I put Nakobe Dean and Zach Bond as your linebackers, and I will have Campbell everywhere, rushing up the middle to help Davis and Carter get a single team. Next play, have them at the edge, rushing. But who are you going to take off the field? That is the question. Who are you going to sacrifice?
Now to think about it is, you bring them back. You start them with Bond in the middle, and we go back to what we ran the best, which was a 5-2. You know what I'm saying? The 5-2, but an extra linebackers, that end guy, the joker linebacker,
Yeah.
Does multiple things. He drops back sometime, he rushes the passer sometime, he stops the run sometime. And that spot you give to Campbell.
Yeah, I mean, look, I agree because we cannot stop the run with the 4-man front. We cannot stop the run with 4-man front. We are giving up 126. I just checked it again. 126 on the ground, and we only rushing for 99. The math is not mathing. Ladies and gentlemen, the math is not mathing. You give up 126 rushing on the ground, and you only rush for 99 yards with a Saquon motherfucking Barkley. With Saquon Barkley. With Saquon
Barkley. That boy Saquon Barkley. That boy Saquon Barkley is the truth.
With the Saquon Barkley. And you are averaging 99 problems, and Barkley ain't one of them. You got to give him the ball, baby. You got to give him the ball and let him do what he do. You know what I mean? And you give him the ball a lot. You know what I mean? Yes, I know we have A.J. Dillon, and that's good because Barkley doesn't have a lot of wear and tear on his body right now. Mm-hmm. I mean, Saquon Barkley so far this season, let me just pull up the stats real quick because, I'm the stats guy over here. He don't rush the ball. Saquon had 83 carries so far. Hurts have 43 carries. A.J. Dillon have 11. 83 carries through 5 games. 83 carries. And that means he's not touching the ball a lot. You know what I mean? Like, so if you do the math, it's less than 20 times a game because 20 times 5 is 100. So, you know what I mean? So that's less than 20 times a game he's touching the rock. Compared to last year, this dude was having 25, 30 times a game touching. You know what I mean? So something got to happen. I mean, so, yeah.
You can't be too heavy passing. Can't be too heavy running. You got to be just right. Keep that thing balanced, my guy, for sure. So
absolutely. I called it. Yes, we are going to be passing more because teams is going to scheme versus the run better. BG was like, I don't know why. We just going to line up and run for nothing.
Passing more ain't getting a W. We need to continue running the football, my guy. Passing more ain't getting no W. The game we passed 38 times is the game we lost.
But that's not why we lost. Once you pass 38 times,
all those 3 and outs in our defense. Listen, all those 3 and outs that we had, like I said, we lead the league in 3 and outs. All the 3 and outs keep the defense on the field. They're not fresh, and that's why we're losing these football games. The defense played good football games for the majority of the game. They're making good things. There's a couple of turnovers we should have had that wasn't turnovers. I don't care what anybody say. That Cooper DeJean strip sack was a sack. A strip sack, a fumble, and the refs didn't call it. It was clear as day. A blind man could see it, and it wasn't caught. I got to show you.
We're going to be really close. Watch this. What an outstanding job by DeJean off the edge there.
Previous play is under further review.
Of course, all turnovers are reviewed. This is so.
The hand wasn't coming forward. That's a huge play.
It's better.
Football games are won off a play, especially when they're close games. And that was one of the biggest plays. Besides the AJ slowing down, that was another big play. Besides the Dallas Goedert pass interference or the Dallas Goedert slowing down on the sideline, those are huge plays.
Yeah,
AJ Brown offside, the Smitty offsides, the Saquon Barkley not in position. Those are all huge plays. You take away those mental lapses, and you got a W again. Simple things.
But that still doesn't look. With all that against us, with all that you just said, we had 17. Like, I don't know why you skip over that. I don't know why you keep skipping over. We had a 17-3 lead. They outscored us 18-0. Once we were up 17-3, we didn't put not one single point on the board. But you weren't about all the little stuff. Like 17-3. Run the ball. So passing got us the lead, and that's when you milk the clock. So it wasn't passing that we lost. it was the fact that situational awareness that, that when it was time for us to run, we could not run. We didn't even try to run. We didn't even try. 11 attempts with Barkley, A.J. Dillon, Jalen Hurts. We ran the ball the whole game 11 times. Ladies and gentlemen, we ran the ball 11 times.
And Scoop, I don't like when we see this. You're like, well, he gets paid $51 million. He doesn't get paid $51 million to throw the football. He gets paid $51 million to win football games. And last I checked, he just lost his first one in a year calendar. So his $51 million is well deserved. It doesn't need to be proven any more than what it already is with throwing the football. You know what I'm saying? Like with throwing the football. Everybody knows he can throw the football. All the top defensive players in the league know Jalen Hurts can throw the football. He can throw dimes whenever he needs to throw dimes. Hell, that Hail Mary at the end, you know what I'm saying, was almost caught if AJ and Smitty didn't block each other. That was a perfectly thrown ball where either one of them don't jump. One of them was coming down with that ball, man.
Nah, because I think the Denver Broncos, the defensive back kind of punched the ball a little bit from Smitty. Now, if Smitty was in there, the high point was AJ. AJ would have had that high point because the defender was lower. Because Smitty was in front of AJ, it was like the height difference was like this, and the DB was there, kind of like along with everybody else, but high pointed up.
Were the two highest jumpers out of that group. One of them should have came down.
Yeah, but if you look at the play, if you slow it down, the Denver Bronco defender was in front of Smitty's face, basically like in his hands. On top of AJ didn't help, but at the same time, AJ would have had a better shot because he literally jumped over Smitty, like that. And so, but it is what it is.
And don't ever doubt my quarterback. Look at the effort he put in this play.
Can they pull off a miracle? They got one shot at it. No pressure on the quarterback. He's got time to heave it. There's a whole pack of people there, and it's incomplete. And there's no flag. And the Broncos have their signature win.
That was close.
When have you ever seen a quarterback throw a Hail Mary and was so determined to win after he throws a perfect dime in the end zone, trying his hardest to run down there and catch the reflection in case that's what's happening, man? Jalen Hurts is not the problem, my guy. Like we said before, the problem is Jalen's not scared of doing whatever it takes to win football games, my guy. And everybody else wants this or that, and Jalen just wants to win. He don't care about stats. He don't care about yards. He don't care about none of that shit. He just wants to win football games, and all the other noise from these other players like A.J. Brown is what's bringing the team down, man.
Okay.
A dog, straight up, Miss Ash, a straight dog.
All right. I mean, look, we said a lot. It repeated a lot. We kind of, talk about the upcoming game. So, yeah, let's go, man.
But let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and give some hot takes and a score prediction for this Giants game.
Man,
we got to get out of here for a two-hour march and get some clips.
Man, these hot takes, man, be taking me to school. All right. So, hot take. Hot take. The Philadelphia Eagles.
My bad, Scoob.
The Philadelphia Eagles, right? I think we only got like 6-7 sacks. I think this is the game. We get this young rookie on his ass. I think that he gets sacked at least 6 times. We will sack this young bull 6 times on Thursday night. That's my first hot take. My second hot take is this defense will only give up 3 points the whole game. Yo, they're about to show up and show out. Look, hey, these are hot takes for a reason now. All right, so don't be like, well, they give up 10, 15. I'm going on on the ledge right now. You know what I mean? Yo, I'm like, hot take, like, you know what I mean? So these are hot, spicy, hot off the stove takes. Okay, so the defense will not allow no more than 3 points in this game, the whole game. So 6 sacks, 3 points given. And my last hot take is this: Saquon Barkley will not only rush for 100 yards, he will be rushing for 200 yards. 200-yard rushing attack coming for Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley, 200 yards coming. And my score prediction is the Philadelphia Eagles win this game 31-3.
Whoop! I love it. I love the hot take, and I really love the 31-3.
Hot takes. Yo, hey, look, hey, that's some serious takes right there. So
all right, I got you some hot takes too, my guy.
Hey, good luck beating that.
I'm gonna beat it right here. Here we go. If the Eagles offense will have over 500 yards this game. I'm not gonna break it down. It's gonna be AJ, Smitty, and Saquon getting them at bulk of the yards, but over 500 yards and over 4 touchdowns this game. That's my first hot take. We about to put some numbers up. We're gonna look like a real offense this Thursday night prime time. That's my first hot take. This defense will hold the Giants to under 50 rushing yards. Under 50. That's combined yards. You know what I'm saying? That's my second hot take. A third hot take is going to be
hot takes.
The Eagles will not have one punt the whole damn game.
I mean, that's the only hot take right there. But that's, you know what I mean? Hey, not one punt. And that means, hey, we scoring every drive.
Every drive.
Okay. Hey, so your score prediction is what? 100-3?
42. 42 to 17. Because they're going to score in garbage time because we're going to have Cardinals out of the game by the fourth quarter. 42 to 17 birds. The Eagles back in the driver's seat, back in the number 1 team.
Wait, so 42 to 17, under 50 yards rushing? I mean, so that means bombs over Baghdad on the Eagles defense?
No, under 50. The defense is going to stop the Giants for under 50 yards rushing. You know how the defense?
Yeah, I know, but you gave them 17 points. So is it through the air?
Yeah, in garbage time.
Well, hey, look, hey, you know that people loses parlays and fantasies during garbage time. Yeah. So that means that during garbage time, the backups is going to come in, and that 50 yard is going to be bust.
Yeah, it's going to be trash. It's going to be. You think our starters suck? Wait till those backups get in there and try to run some plays. That's when they're going to catch up in the fourth quarter and score those points. But like I said. That's the score prediction, man. We're going to see what happens, man. I'm going to try to get on here, too. Try to see about doing a pregame show.
Nina, what's up, Nina?
I had to come in here and Birdgate's hot take. Yes.
The only hot take was the what?
Dude, we've been getting ran over 130 yards a game to hold it to 50 and under 50. That's a good hot take, my guy. And over 5, we barely can get 300 yards offense. So to get over 500 yards offense, that's a hot take, my guy.
Okay, right. Hot take. But it was hot, but it wasn't spicy like mine.
Okay. How about this?
Yo, I had some spicy takes.
I throw another one in there. A bonus take. Jalen Hurts will get his first 300-yard passing game of the season.
I mean,
400-yard passing game this season.
He had 283 the other day. I mean,
400-yard passing game this season. It might be the first 400-yard pass game of his career, right? I don't think he's done it, right?
Nah. But he did throw for 3, and I think that was in the Super Bowl. So I mean, he
He
definitely.
never threw
What's up, Brian?
400. So he's gonna have his first 400-yard pass game out by the fourth quarter. So y'all want me to spice it up a little bit more? That's your bonus hot take, man. But yeah, we're gonna try to get a pregame show going. We see what's up with JC if you want to do a pregame show. Or I'm not sure how your schedule works out.
Pregame show what on Thursday?
Before the game. Yeah.
Nah. We're just gonna go live, man, on TikTok. Hey, you know what I mean? Hey, we're gonna watch the game together on TikTok. Hey, we're gonna talk about it. It is what it because it's on Prime, right? So Prime should not be slow. It should be, even all costs, right? Perfect. So now any other day, you might have cable, I might have this, so now it'd be all. But on Prime, it should be even kill. So definitely. You know what I mean? Hey, we're going to go live on TikTok on Thursday to watch the game together. So if you're on YouTube, not following us on TikTok, jump your ass over there on TikTok. You can find me, Jesse Sports Talk 59 on TikTok. You know what I mean? And if you're on TikTok, you're not following me on YouTube, get your ass over there and just click the link on my bio.
On both. I still might go live on YouTube too. I don't know. Maybe pregame.
Go live by yourself.
And then I'll come on with JC for this game. So either way, you're gonna get some content from us. Salute to all you guys in here. Shout out to 65 still up in here. Hit that like, hit that follow, and go sub us up, my guy. Go follow us up on TikTok. We're gonna try to grow that community to become one of the best, Eagle community groups that we got going over there with JC Sports and Bird Game 31. And also, like I said, on TikTok, if you have not followed us on YouTube, X, Facebook, we are all 3 of them live all the time. So much love to you. Fly, Eagles, fly.
Go Birds.
And let's end it with a real Eagle fan. Check this out. It's kind of funny.
All right, here we go. This is Teams Fans Who Need to Shut the F Up, Week 5 edition. Let's get into it. Bottom line, if your team is not in first place in anything, do me a favor, you shut the F up. If your name is Kevin Patullo, do me a favor, you shut the F up. If your favorite football team and your favorite baseball team both play in the same city, both blew leads over the weekend, and both lost, do me a favor, you shut the F up.
It's me. I'm
Cowboys fans, you're in my DMs, you're in my comments, and you're in my text message talking shit. Let's have a quick conversation. You have 2 wins, 2 losses, 1 tie. One of your 2 losses comes from Philadelphia. The 2 teams that you have beaten have a combined record of 1-9. We are not the same. Do me a favor. You shut the f up. If your team plays in Los Angeles, SoFi Stadium to be exact, number 1, you don't have home field advantage at all. Yesterday, you had me cheering for your team at your stadium just for you to embarrass me in front of Commanders fans. Do me a favor, you shut the f up. Oh, and speaking of Commanders fans, please do me a favor and look at the standings and you shut the f up. If your team plays in Buffalo, the teams that you've beaten have a combined record of 3 wins and 17 losses. You're all right, but you're not real. Do me a favor, you shut the f up. If your team plays in Detroit, y'all are loud as f right now, huh? But need I remind you that the teams you've beaten right now have a combined record of 6 wins and 13 losses. Do me a favor, you shut the f up. If your team plays in Arizona and you allowed a team to come in and get their first win up off you, do me a favor, you shut the f up. If your team plays in Las Vegas, you cost me my parlay by me taking the over with the points 46.5 and you only scored 6 and the other team scored 40, so that means I lost. Do me a favor, you shut the f up. If your team plays in New York, that's baseball or football, do me a favor, all of y'all shut the f up. Bills fans, you don't play in New York, you play in Canada, nobody even recognizes you. Do me a favor, you shut the f up. If your team plays in Baltimore, go on ahead, shut it down, go Orioles, do me a favor, you shut the f up. Your team plays in Cleveland, you flew all the way to London just to lose. Do me a favor, you shut the f up. Your team plays in Denver. Congrats on winning the Super Bowl yesterday by beating the Eagles, but you're still in second place in your division. Do me a favor, you shut the f up. If your name is Clint Coley, you are loud as f when you win and you're loud as f when you lose. But your football team and your baseball team both lost. Do me a favor, bro, you shut the f up. Go Birds.
We Peace.
What's going on, everybody, man? And welcome to the